Hey guys, stay patient here, back with another Alienation video. Now, a couple of days ago we were talking about the upgrade system in the game, and today we're going to take a closer look at the cores and how they work, but also we have some new information for you guys that hopefully is going to be helpful. Now, if we go to our upgrade screen here, we're going to use our primary gun as an example of the points that we're going to make. Now, this is a legendary weapon, that's why it has such a high DPS. Now, it being a legendary gun means that it has a high starting damage, but it also means that it has a large upgrade tree, which you can see in the bottom of the screen. So the higher the rarity of the weapon, the larger the upgrade tree is going to be. So you're going to be able to socket more cores into them and have a bigger sort of effect on that overall DPS and gear power bonus. I believe this weapon started out at around 100,000 damage per second, and now it's 176,000. So you really can boost the power of these guns through socketing cores into them. Now, some people may be sort of shying away from using their cores because they're worried that maybe if they put them into a weapon, they're going to lose them, or whatever the case may be. But when you break a gun down, this answers some people's questions. They've been leaving questions on my YouTube videos. If you press square on it to salvage it, you do get another screen, so don't worry, you can sort of press salvage without losing the gun straight away. You get the option to say no. So we're using this to just show you guys that if you break a weapon down, you're going to get some materials there on the left, some legendary materials for re-rolling stats on the weapon. And if you want to learn more about re-rolling, check out my other videos. But you'll notice that you also receive all of those cores that are currently socketed into the weapon. You receive them back, so you can use them again on another gun. So don't be afraid to use your cores, guys. Use them to increase the efficiency and the damage of your weapons. And then as soon as you get a better weapon and you want to break that previous weapon down, you can break it down, get all those cores back and continue using them. So if we go into the actual upgrade tree for this energy gun, you'll notice that our tree here has lots of different colors. Some are blank. And we're going to explain, or just kind of remind you guys what all this means. So if you have a blank slot here without a colored border around it, that means you can put any core into it and it's just going to give you the bonus that that core is related to. So in here, I think we've got a level 3 prismatic core, which is related to critical chance, and it gives us plus 6% to that critical chance. But if you have a color coded slot, that means if you put the correct color core into that slot, then it's going to give you an added upgrade. So here we've got 28% fire rate from the blue core because it's a high level core, but we also get plus 8% to the fire rate from the slot itself because it's a blue slot and it has a blue core in it. Now, if we were to put the wrong color core in there, then we would only get the benefit from that level 3 yellow core, which is the clip size, but we wouldn't get any bonus from the blue slot itself. So you need to match up these colors to get the greatest benefit. Now, sometimes you have two of these slots next to each other that are the same color. What that means is that you can also get a third bonus. So if you have two yellow slots next to each other, such as these two, and you put a yellow core into each one, then you get the core bonus, the slot bonus for being the correct color, and also the synergy bonus, which is these two slots sort of working in unison, kind of combining together to amplify the effect that those cores are having. So the more slots you have next to each other that are the same color, the more you can amplify the effect of those cores. I'm going to show you an example of this. Our revolver here has 4 of these red slots next to each other and another 2. So we can really get a lot of extra damage because the red cores are related directly to damage. Now, the one thing I wanted to mention that we didn't talk about in the previous video because I've only just found it out was the fact that the prismatic cores, so the white cores, they can actually match up with any of the color slots. So, for instance, if we were to put a prismatic core into this blue slot, usually if you put the wrong color into a slot, then you only get one bonus, just the bonus from the core itself. But we're going to put a white core into this blue slot, and it's going to give us the plus 2% critical chance from the core itself, but it's still going to activate this slot. So we're going to get the bonus from the slot itself. So we're going to get that extra 8% fire rate. So you can use that to sort of get a combination of upgrades. Now I've done that on the other gun I showed you, the revolver. I have socketed in, because I didn't have loads and loads of red cores, I've socketed some red cores into these red slots, but in the other slots I've put white cores. And that means that we're getting all of those extra bonuses because these white cores are still activating the red slot. So, pardon me, we are getting the extra critical chance from the core itself, we're getting the extra damage from the slot, and we're getting the synergy as well. So you can even activate the synergy bonus by putting white cores into coloured slots if they're next to each other. So in this case, we've got 2 white cores in 2 red slots. We're getting lots of bonuses from all of it. Now, this gun has lots of red slots, as you can notice. So if we only put red cores into this gun, we'd be increasing the damage, but we wouldn't be increasing any other stats. But if we put white cores in, then it allows us to also simultaneously increase the critical chance, as well as still getting those bonuses to our damage from the slots themselves. So that's the new bit of information that I wanted to share with you guys. Just to remind you as well that you can combine together. If we go back to our upgrade screen here and click on any of these, you'll see that when you have 3 of the same core, so in other words, if we had 3 level 2 yellow cores, we could press triangle on this particular menu here, and that would combine them together into 1 level 3 yellow core. Now this is very useful, and this is really the only way you can go about getting these high level cores, because they don't tend to drop while you're playing the game. Usually you pick up level 1 or level 2 cores. I haven't seen anything higher than that. But the way I've managed to get so many level 5 cores is by combining together level 1 cores into level 2 cores, and then once you've got 3 at level 2, you can combine them into level 3, and so on and so forth. So of course, this comes down to weighing up whether it's worthwhile, because if you combine everything together, you're going to find yourself with a few high level cores, but maybe not enough cores to be able to fill in all of the slots. So you have to kind of weigh up and strike a balance so that you have enough cores to fill in all your slots and get all these extra bonuses, but you also have some high level ones. And obviously the more you play the game, the more you're going to get access to more and more cores, you're going to be able to combine more and more, and you will never run out. But that's how that works, guys. And the last thing to mention before I go is something that we had mentioned before in the previous video, but when you go to re-roll your stats, you can, if you don't like the layout of your sockets or your slots, if you want some different colors, let's say you have a lot of blank slots like the ones on this one that don't have any colors related to them, or maybe you have lots of colored ones but none of them are next to each other so that you can't get the synergy bonus. You may think to yourself, I'd like to re-roll these socket types. So you can do that in this re-roll menu. Obviously you can re-roll the damage, fire rate, clip size and critical chance, but if you come down to socket types, this does use the legendary metal, which is the material that you only seem to get from high level weapons when you break them down. So don't use too many of them, but if there is a gun that you're definitely going to be using for quite a while, especially a legendary weapon, then go ahead and re-roll the slots until you get a combination that you're happy with. So there you have it, guys. That's how the cores work. That's how to get the most out of them. Just remember that new piece of information, that the white prismatic cores can be matched up with any of the color slots, and you still get all those added bonuses from that slot. So I hope this information has been helpful to you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support on the channel, and I will see you in the next video.